What's up, guys? So, welcome to Mega Man 11. Um, I wanted to do a walkthrough slash playthrough of this game, just because I really like it. And out of all of the Mega Man games, it's definitely up there with my favorites. It might be my favorite, and it's also one of the most easily accessible Mega Man games too. So I want to walk through it and give some tips and tricks and some of my own personal strats for sections. And yeah, so we'll be doing one stage at a time for each episode. And yeah, so I'll also be playing on just normal mode. There's a newcomer mode, which I feel like is a little bit too easy, even if you are new to the series. Casual and normal, I feel like, are decent options for newer players, and then superhero, I would only really play after you've beaten the game on normal or casual. But I still feel like normal is kind of the best one to go with, so that's what we're going through. We'll be watching cutscenes too for the most part, and yeah, so I'll be quiet for these.
All systems nominal. You're in great shape, Blockman.
All thanks to you, Doc. You built me rock solid. Well, I can hear the construction yard calling. Block out.
Good luck out there. Roll, how many checkups are left?
Let's see. We just finished with Blockman. That leaves Torchman, Acid Man, Impact Man, Bounce Man, Fuse Man, Tundra Man, and Blast Man. Just 7 to go.
Oh, brother, there's no end to them. Doc, how about giving your favorite assistant a break?
I don't need a break, Otto. You know, for a robot, you sure do complain a lot. Now let's crank it up a gear.
Oh, I ain't a machine. I mean, I am, but still.
Mr. Torchman, please proceed to the... Ah! Earthquake!
What on earth? Roll, Otto, hurry to me!
Splendid to see you again, Light.
Wily!
Doctor, what's going on? Stand back, everyone. I'll handle this.
Mega Man!
This is no time for your heroics. I've simply come to give Dr. Light a message.
Then kindly be quick about it.
Of course. You see, I recalled some old research. The very invention you so coldly crushed when we were students together. Or has your memory failed you?
Our university days. A device. It can't be.
Oh, but it can! Your objections wouldn't stifle me forever. I have perfected my design. And now we'll see who was right all along.
Dr. Light, what's the rocket?
Perfect timing. The lot of you will make excellent test subjects.
Wow! Who are you calling a test subject?
Quickly, you must all run and hide!
Too late. Speed gear.
My robots!
Over here, Light.
That speed! What have you done?
Dang it! Nobody blocks Blockman! Let those robots go, Dr. Wily!
I have a better idea. At last the world will bow down to the genius of Dr. Wily.
Doctor, I'll go after Wily.
Wait, Mega Man! Wily's invention is called the Double Gear System. It's designed to push robots far beyond their normal strength and speed. If he really has completed it, I'm afraid you won't stand a chance.
But we can't just let him get away.
Mega Man, I can tell you won't be stopped. Very well. This is the prototype double gear system that Wily developed back at Robot University. If I install this into your circuits, you may be able to stop him. But it's dangerous. Double gear places great strain on robot systems.
I can take it, Doctor. I want to do this no matter the cost. Hook me up.
As you wish. The installation will take some time. There's a lot of work to do. The double gear system is fully installed. Mega Man, rise and shine!
Go get him, Mega Buddy! And remember, your old pal Otto is here to help out.
Mega Man, that dirty Wily won't know what hit him.
Mega Man, you're doing a noble thing. Be careful out there.
Doctor, roll. Otto. I'll be back soon.
Okay, so new to this game is the double gear system, which you saw just was installed in Mega Man. So basically, what's different is that you can slow down time or power up your weapons. So you can see if I hit the right, or depending on, I have the controls for the double gear swapped, but for you, if you hit the right trigger, you can use speed gear, which slows down time, making things easier to, you know, shoot, or if it gets stressful. And then if you use the right trigger, or left trigger for you, you can use the power gear, which you can see I shoot 2 shots at a time. And yeah, after you use the double gear, you can see in the top left that little red meter has to cool down. But yeah, so that's pretty much the basics of the double gear system. For some reason these are separated, but there is another thing you can do with these, where if you press when you're at low health and you press both triggers at the same time, you can see I kind of activate speed gear and power gear. And if you fully charge your shot, okay, well, I ran out of it there, but if you fully charge your shot, you can do like a massive shot that'll pretty much insta-kill or take out half the health of almost anything in the game. But unfortunately, after you use up all of the energy, your shots are pretty slow. So anyways, we'll get into it once we, you know, start the first stage. But basically, this game is you have a selection of 8 different stages, and you can go in any order you want. But I personally like to start with Blockman. His stage is pretty much the easiest and gives the least hassle. And you also get a pretty good weapon from him. So, starting out, basic controls, I guess. I'm playing on PlayStation, so not sure what console you're playing on, but X is jump, square is shoot, and if you press triangle or the top button, you can summon Rush, which is your dog with a spring on the back. So you can use this to reach higher areas. There's maybe some collectibles around, but you'll see that every time I use Rush, in the top left, that little red meter goes down a little bit. So, and we'll learn how to fill up these meters later on. But another thing you can do is if you hold the shoot button, you can charge up your shot. So there's 2 different levels. There's a smaller little medium shot, and then if you charge it to blue, then you can do a big blue power shot. Another thing is if you hold down and then the jump button, you can slide. So this is can be useful for like dodging attacks and kind of getting out of the way. If you don't like, you know, holding down and jump every single time, you can actually map these. So if you go to controls, you can see I have slide actually mapped to circle. I just find that's pretty useful. It's similar to the Mega Man X games, but yeah. So if you press circle, if you decide to map it to that, you can press circle and it'll just slide for you. That's pretty much it. So yeah, you can jump and shoot, man. Gotta look out for these falling blocks. And this is our first enemy. And he's gonna roll himself right off the ledge. Okay. So these guys take quite a few hits. And so this is actually the first collectible. I'm gonna grab it before it disappears. But those blue capsules, or those capsules in general, because they'll change color depending on what weapon you're using, or what refill your weapon energy, or your rush, or whatever different ability you're using. So this is a great time to use rush. We can grab this bolt, which is basically the currency of this game, and you can use it to buy things from the shop, like different upgrades or energy tanks, and you basically want to get as many of these as you can, because they'll come in handy later. So these blocks, you can just shoot out of the way. There was an enemy there, but you can see it here. It only appears when you get close, and then it'll shoot out these little bullets. Alright. And trick for getting up these ladders quicker, you can spawn rush. Just jump on his back. So, another new thing to Mega Man 11 is the ability to break shields. So, if you see with this Met, all of my shots are just getting deflected. But if I charge up my shot here, you can see he gets stunned for a second. And so during that time, you can shoot him while he's stunned. And you can kill him there. So that little yellow pellet thing I got there is health. So if I get damaged, that'll heal me up. You can see I use speed gear there too, which is really helpful for these spinny guys. And this gear will slightly refill your double gear gauge. So usually not very useful, a little situational, but yeah. So coming up on this next screen is the first mini boss. So for this one, you just want to shoot his head, and you want to land between the little spots, and right here. So the head is the only part that'll take damage. Charge up my shot. This boss isn't too difficult though, so shouldn't give you too much trouble. Just watch him while he's falling, and you should be good. So this is the first checkpoint, and we can kill this guy here. Spawn in rush, and these are the 2 health pellets. Alright, this screen is a little daunting, or it can be. Another thing is that if you charge up your shot, you can take out all these bricks at once. And we can get around that guy. And we can refill some of our rush. There's some health up there, so you can spawn rush if you want to. Grab that if you're low on health. And this part is a little stressful. You want to shoot these blocks as they come down. And this next part, there's going to be a giant wall of blades chasing us. But so this is when you want to use your slide as much as possible. You want to break these, and get through. Do not break that one because it makes it hard to get around. And these 1-block gaps you want to slide through. And yeah, so that might take a couple tries. I'll say that if you're getting stuck on a block or you're not able to jump around it, you might have to hold backwards a little bit because you are moving backwards. So the physics can be a little strange. Oh, and that's my first death. Yeah, that guy is a little tough, but thankfully the checkpoint isn't too far back. I'll show these guys you can actually jump on top of when their hammer's down. So I should have made use of that, but it's no big deal. I will say another thing too is that you can, if you're not comfortable with just mashing the X button, you can rapid fire. So if we go into the controls here, I have rapid fire mapped to L1. So, oh, that was my mistake. Okay, so if I press L1, you can see I'll shoot pretty much as fast as you can. If you're up against a wall, it'll just shoot like crazy. But yeah, so that it's pretty helpful for these enemies with a lot of health because they go down pretty quickly. But yeah, so we got this part again, and we want to slide as much as possible. If you jump there, you can avoid the little stun. But yeah, if you avoid that 1 block there, or don't shoot it, then you don't have to worry about getting stuck underneath it. Alright, so we can use our rapid fire here, and he's dead. Alright, so this is the first falling blocks screen. What we're going to do is, as soon as we jump on this conveyor belt, we're going to just mash the fire button. Because you can see that little cloud there, that enemy's going to spawn. So we want to take him out as soon as he appears. So we're going to jump here, and yeah, he's dead. So this one, there are these little yellow flying drone dudes, and you can jump and take those guys out. This, you can see we got another Met over there. If you want, you can charge your shot and shoot him from here, which is really the safest option. Maybe. And that's another death. Okay, we're back. So again, this cloud, we want to shoot as soon as we get on the conveyor belt. And I'm just going to show this how I usually do it. You want to just kind of shoot as soon as you get on the platform there. He only pops out when you get close. But if you're not comfortable with that, you can always just use the speed gear and, you know, slow things down a little. This one, you just want to jump over here. Again, another cloud enemy there. Just shoot him, you know, before he even reveals himself. And watch out for these little yellow flying guys, and we can get through, no problem. So next screen, this one is a little more difficult. So you can see there's another cloud over there. We're gonna have to, you can either shoot him in midair or land and then shoot him like that. And again, you can always just use speed gear if you need to. You can see there's another cloud there. So if we slow down, shoot him. And then this part is a little tricky. There's 2 clouds. One of them is too high to reach if we're on that bottom right platform there. So we're gonna try to shoot him in midair. We'll use the speed gear, and we got him. All right. And then that guy, we can just do a little mini hop and shoot. It's helpful if you just press jump and shoot at the same time. You can do these little mini hops that are slightly higher than your usual shot. But yeah, so we got these little falling blocks here, and this is a bit of a big jump there. Got to be careful of. We're gonna be doing the same mini boss that we did earlier, but this time it's on a conveyor belt. This part I especially recommend using speed gear for, and also charging up your shot. So you can see, you can slow down, and we gotta readjust a little because we're on the conveyor belt. But generally the same. So if you did the first one, you should really have no problem with this. And yeah, he's taken out. All right, so we're nearing the end of the level. That little Mega Man head right there is a new, or is a 1-up or an extra life. We got some health to the left, but you can see there's a little purple thing that it's floating on. So that's an evil Eddie is what it's called. There's a good Eddie too, which usually gives you items in previous games. But this thing, as soon as you get close, it'll run off and try to take away your extra life. So what we want to do is, as soon as we get close, we want to activate speed gear and just shoot it. Just shoot the hell out of it. So there it goes. And we want to shoot it. And we can get our extra life. So destroy these blocks. And okay, we got a few things coming at us. We'll start with this guy first. And we can use speed gear and take him out. You want to kind of line yourself up between little shooting rocks. And we can take him out too. So we got a conveyor belt with these yellow guys. And there is going to be a big hammer dude coming up too. So we have another one of these spiky blade wall sections. Pretty much the same thing as the first one. You just want to, you know, slide as much as you can and jump to avoid the first shockwave. Take out these bricks, and there's another one. Shoot these. You have to slide through. Shoot that, and then even though there is a hole there, you can slide through that as well. So that's an energy tank right there. That'll basically refill all of your health if you decide to use it. So I will grab that. This is a bit of a trickier jump, but you want to use rush coil here. And maybe we'll even use speed gear. And then we can jump up here and grab that. Jump back, and that should refill over double gear. And this is the second falling blocks. So we want to go after that third one leaves, jump over that block, and that one goes. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand here for a bit, jump over that block, use rush coil to just get up here. It's a little bit faster. It's what I like to do. And you can jump up here and then up here. Look out for the little yellow guys. They can kind of get in your way, but that part isn't too bad, especially if you've done the first one. And we'll be more patient here. Take out these yellow drones. Another cloud. And shoot him. And that little dude there. This guy we want to get close, but not too close to fall into the hole. And then another one here. Shoot him. And that guy. This level is pretty much just full of these cloud guys. That one is a little harder to dodge because you got to jump over the rolly dude. And if you ever don't want to just fight the enemies, you can always just kind of run past them most of the time. But it does mean that they're a little harder to kill. And that guy was too slow on. Okay, so we're at the boss fight now. So after we go through this door, we'll have a checkpoint. So this is pretty much any, like, this little corridor here is a chance to, you know, maybe decide to use an E-tank or a W-tank. The W-tanks will refill all of your weapons, which we'll get to later, because we don't really have any weapons right now. So this boss is not too bad once you understand what it does. And I'll go through that as best as I can here.
What are you doing here?
So this one has 3 phases. Okay, so Blockman jumps every time you shoot him. So you can see if he's walking up to me, he only jumps after I shoot him. And you want to kind of line yourself up under the little bricks that he's dropping on you. So yeah, you basically just want to shoot him as soon as he gets close, and then slide under him. And so you can just keep shooting him. You can always use your charge shot to do a little more damage. And then once he gets to about maybe a third of the way down, he goes into his second phase. So the only part that takes damage is his chest. So he's got 3 different attacks here, and you just saw all 3 of them. So he's got the punch, he's got the slap right there, and he's got the little bricks. So, oops. For the slap, you want to hug the wall. Don't jump and hug the wall, because you'll get hit. I can show that actually. For the punch, you want to stand a little closer to him. It creates a little triangle opening. And then for the bricks, you want to just move forward a little bit. So, you can see the slap here. If he gets a little closer and he does the slap, you can see even though I jumped, I still got hit. So, those are basically all of his attacks. They get easier to recognize as you fight him. There is a decent wind-up to them, so you can kind of see what he's going to do. I recommend using your charge shot as much as possible here, just to, you know, do as much damage. And he's almost done with this form. Just be patient. Of course, you can always use speed gear, power gear, yeah. So this section, you basically just want to jump over these blocks as much as you can. You could shoot them and, you know, maybe slide under them, but I feel like that's a lot harder. You kind of get a bit of a rhythm here. If you walk backwards and then hold and jump left, you can jump over them pretty consistently. And so I'm about to die, so I'm going to try and take him out here. But as you're in the air, if you just shoot occasionally, it'll hit him, and you should be able to take out Blockman, no problem. Again, if you need speed gear or power gear, use them. Power gear does a lot of damage. I didn't really show it off too much, but in later levels, we'll be using that a lot more. So, defeating Blockman, we unlock our first weapon, which starts the whole weakness chain, and this is the Block Dropper. So, all of the weapons in this game are extremely useful. They're all very, very useful, and yeah, so this one, you can see we drop 4 bricks from the ceiling, and I backed out by accident. So, basically, we drop 4 bricks from the sky, and if you use your power gear, though, with the Block Dropper, you'll drop like a ton of bricks. And yeah, so that's gonna do it though for the first episode of this walkthrough. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was helpful. And next time we'll be doing Acid Man. But until then, I will see you guys next time.